Just about an hour and a half, President Trump will address a joint session of Congress, marking the first time he will speak before both chambers since he returned to the office 6 weeks ago. Political analyst Wendy Patrick is here now with more on what Americans will be looking to hear from President Trump tonight. Wendy, thanks so much for joining us.
You bet.
Okay, so a lot of people are going to be watching tonight. President Trump has been in office for 6 weeks and he has made sweeping changes. What should our viewers watch when he begins?
Well, I think the viewers are going to be tuning in basically to try to get sort of an outline of what's been a dizzying array of events over the course of the last, whatever it's been, 44 days. I mean, he did more within the first 100 hours than many presidents do within the first 100 days. But considering where you are on that spectrum, whether you want his changes or not, you either find that dizzying pace really to be vertigo-inducing, or you think it's a buzz. You're excited to wake up in the morning and see what he's doing. It's going to be up to the president tonight to provide some clarity on why so many orders, what the goal is behind so many of the, not just the executive orders, but also the announcements that he makes literally every single day. They're going to want to know where they stand in terms of what he ran on and why they voted him back into office. The economy, immigration, community safety, which includes border security.
Sure.
We hear a lot about border security, but with this being Tariff Tuesday, a lot of people are worried about what that's going to mean. I mean, they want to have more financial security, not less.
Right, and we know the Dow Jones is down. I mean, the stock market's kind of taking a hit. And so do you think that the president will come out? He was more subdued during his inauguration than we've seen him when he's addressed crowds in the past. Do you think that he will have, what kind of tone do you think he'll come out with tonight?
I think the tone's going to be better than it was during his first term, and I think that's for a couple of reasons. He doesn't feel the same level of imposter syndrome that was obvious that he felt during the first term. He would never admit that, but you could see it in the way that he related, not just to an audience, but also to members of Congress, to other world leaders. He feels a little more comfortable having won the popular vote. So what I hope he does tonight is takes advantage of the opportunity to assure the Americans that put him back into office, and even those that didn't, that he has a plan for the safety, the security, the economy of the American public.
Big news today is what's going to be happening in Ukraine, and he said he's going to address that.
Yes, and we have heard murmurs behind the scenes. You almost worry about believing anything. But the president himself, Zelensky, he posted that, that they've arrived at a deal. He didn't say it in quite those words, but in the words that he used, almost made it seem certain that maybe they're going to have the same kind of agreement that they were supposed to be formalizing in the Oval Office last Friday.
So tonight, President Trump could take this as an opportunity to proclaim this deal. There's also been a lot of Democrats who say they're not going to attend tonight.
You know, Democrats, just like Republicans, should always go to these things. I mean, they should show the fact that they're showing respect for the system, for the process, for the congressional really opportunity that is there. I mean, whether or not you agree with what the president's going to say, it kind of shows respect for Congress to be there. And I think a lot of people are going to come for that reason. Now, I understand that there are members that are going to sit it out because under no circumstances are they on board with what the president is doing. That's fine, and I know that it's not the first time that some have sat it out. But you also know a lot are going to be there because they want they've got the best seats in the House to what the president's actually going to say. And of course they have an interest in that. They've got to work with this president. They want to make sure that their constituencies know that they're all in, they have a role in the process, and you can't pretend they're not there. Even if you were to do what they do at the Oscars and get a seat filler to come and sit where you're supposed to be, it's going to be obvious who is and isn't there.
Do you anticipate any raucous behavior, shouting from the crowds?
I do anticipate raucous behavior, not just because people have said that that's what they're going to do, but I don't expect it's going to be very long-lived because security is all ready for this. There's always going to be those detractors that are going to make a scene, and I think those people are going to be escorted away pretty quickly. I think the president himself knows that's going to happen. What I really hope he takes the opportunity to do is to tell the American public what they want to hear, which is, where are we with the goals that you ran on? The economy, border security, all of the things that they cared about, the reason they voted for him. And even if they didn't vote for him, I want to hope that he actually takes the opportunity to give them an update of where we stand on those very important kitchen table issues.
A lot of skepticism right now, and perhaps he can change the mood of America.
Change the mood. I love that. That's what he's going to be there to do, I hope.
President Trump, we will be airing his address live right here on CBS 8, and our newscast, CBS 8 News Live at 6, will be on our sister station, the CW San Diego. Wendy, thanks so much for joining us right now. We'll have to see what happens tonight in about 90 minutes.